good. So I want you right now, if you are currently struggling to retain customers, if you're currently struggling to increase your revenue, be that you're a SaaS business, or you're an insurance agent, this principles apply to you. And these are the 7 things that I want you to stop doing right now if you want to go ahead and pretty much increase your revenue, make more money, and keep more money in your business, okay? So the first thing first that I want to go ahead and cover is stop giving away free trials. I know you can't see here because my let's go ahead and make this a little smaller. All right, perfect, much better. Okay, stop giving away free trials. And the reason why this is important is I want you to understand it comes from the mindset of the customer, right? Think about it from the mindset of the customer. Now, your customer is coming in and they're coming into your business, right? But they're coming in free, which means they have no commitment. They have zero investment. And I want you to pay attention to something. When people pay, they pay attention. Okay? Pay attention to this. When people pay, they pay attention. And now if you are in whatever space, whatever business, let's say you are a SaaS founder, right? And you're trying to sell software, okay? I come in, no credit card, no nothing. I put in my info. I use your product, right? Now, is it 90% of the time people are going to cancel? Absolutely not. But there is zero investment, right? And there's a lot of people out there that enjoy freeloading. Okay, you're going to get a lot of freeloaders. And another thing as well that happens in most of these principles that I'm talking to you are principles that I learned in the insurance industry that are applicable as a SaaS business owner and also as an insurance agent. Here's what happened when I was an insurance agent. I remember I would sell people on insurance. I'll be like, hey, listen, there's no risk involved because you have 30 days. Okay. So you have 30 days from the date of when we sign you up right now to either, cancel or basically keep, your insurance policy. What ended up happening is almost about 60 to 70% of the time, people always canceled. Yes, they moved forward with no money invested, but the truth is this is a low investment means it's pretty easy for them to back out because they don't see the importance in it. You have to understand when people pay attention. And the more expensive your ticket item is, the more expensive your product is, the more you're going to get more invested customers. That's the reason why free trials oftentimes does not benefit you as a business owner, does not benefit you as an insurance agent. So you need to understand something is stop giving away things for free. You can do this. Like what we do is we say, hey, listen, you sign up for the CRM, we'll give you 5 hours of free appointment setter services. There's still an element of commitment. We're still giving free stuff, but it becomes free when you pay for something else. Okay? We give away the free trial once you've paid for the software. We go ahead and give you, so once you've pretty much gone ahead and signed up with us. Okay? That is how you need to look at the element of free trial is when people, they need to pay first and then obviously you go ahead and give them the benefit. Same thing applies with insurance. Hey, let's go ahead and get you signed up right now and get your first month premium so that this way, if you pass away tomorrow, we have a policy in place. Okay? And if you want to cancel it ahead of time, that's perfectly fine. Listen, I made sure that they pay it as soon as possible because when they paid, the commitment has started. Okay? And listen, don't be afraid for people to tell you no. If they tell you no, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Go find someone else to do business with. Okay? Number 2, stop letting customers sign up without personalized onboarding. This is mostly for software companies and SaaS founders. A lot of people are trying to be so cheap, that they forget the element of human connection, human interaction with human beings, okay? Me and you right now, as you're looking at me right now on the camera, the reason why it's not just letters on the screen and my voice is I want you to see my face and see my body language and see my expressions, right? See me moving my hands everywhere, right? As I'm moving here and my camera is following me and I'm going here and the camera is following me. It's an element of personalization, okay? Because here's the truth. This pen can be worth $5 or $50 if you put a face to it. It's worth $5 without a face to it, and it's worth $50 with a face to it, okay? And the reason why I want you to pay attention to that is, when someone signs up for your product, how do you put a face to it? I give you something that happened in fairly recently, about a few weeks ago. So the director of operations, right? She was like, okay, listen, we need to maximize the staff, right? Because right now we were pretty much on board, getting in so many customers that were like, hey, she was like, hey, let's cut off the onboarding. Okay. She never told me this. She was like, let's cut off the onboarding. And she cut off the onboarding. She's like, all right, we're not onboarding customers anymore. There was no personalized onboarding. She told the onboarding staff to do something else in sales. So for the most part, it was like, she felt like she was doing a good move, which was perfectly fine with me, right? But what ended up happening was we saw that our numbers were declining, right? It just kept declining. It kept declining, kept declining, kept declining, kept declining. And it was declining, right? And I was like, why is the retention numbers? Well, why is the retention numbers? So I went in and I'm like, hey, what's going on? What did we change? We went wrong somewhere. Because in chess, if you played chess before, if you lost, it's not because, you lost that point in time. Somewhere in the beginning of the game or somewhere during the game, you messed up. Okay? So I was like, all right, where did we go wrong, right? And she's like, well, what changes you? She's like, well, we stopped at the onboarding. I'm like, okay, let's see here. So I looked at the numbers and I'm like, people who didn't get onboarded didn't know how to use the platform. Okay? So they were the ones that complained the most. And I'm like, do you see where the problem lies right now? Because we stopped the one-on-one onboarding. That's the reason why we need to keep customers in the system, keep customers with a face, because guess what? If an issue happens, they're like, hey, let's go ahead and call this person. So you have to understand that people need to have a face attached to it. And if you're selling insurance, how can you do this? Let's say you're selling across statewide, right? Get them on video so they can see your face. Get them on FaceTime them. Hey, listen, this is your insurance agent. Even after you close policy, hey, it's your insurance agent. Just want to make sure you know what I look like, right? And I'm a real human being, and I live here in the state of Florida, or I live here in the state of North Carolina, or I live here in the state of Virginia, right? Listen, when I'm in your area, I'm coming over to your place for barbecue, okay? I'm coming over to your place for barbecue, right? Martha, what's your barbecue? Simple stuff like that is, in a sense, it increases the element of human connection, okay? Next thing, stop being afraid to email, mail, or text your customers. They are your customers, and if you're not reaching out to them, you best believe someone else is. Most people are like, man, I don't want to email them. I don't want to email my customers because if I email them, they're going to think I'm emailing them too much or mailing them too much. Let me tell you this. Okay, come closer, come closer. If you're not emailing them, you best believe that someone else is. Okay? I get roughly about 150 to 200 emails a day. Okay? It can be from people I've shopped with. It can be from people, products I'm signed up with. But the reality is it's not like you're the only one that's going to email them that day. It's not like, you get an email, you email them and they're like, oh, wow, I get this only one email from Emmanuel today. No, that's not how it works. Okay? That's not how it works. You're not the only one. And the moment you stop emailing them, you just went ahead and created a void for someone else to do that. You just created a void for somebody else to email them. If you're not mailing them, you just created a void. Somebody else is going to send them a letter. Somebody else is going to send them a gift in the mail. You need to be out there in the forefront, in the back of my head. Wherever it is, your customers need to always be thinking about you. That's the only way in which you can increase retention, by maintaining a relationship, because retention is all about a relationship. And if you can organize events to get them closer to you, to get that bond. This is something in which we are also lacking in the sense of events and I'm slowly, we're getting more and more people in the team to go ahead and help facilitate so that we can be able to reach out and maintain a more sturdier relationship with our customers. And that's exactly what I want you to do. Exactly what I want you to do is I want you to be in the forefront of your customer's mind and in their head, wherever, if they breathe and they're thinking about you, they get a text where they're like, this guy keeps emailing me too much. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. You might get a few people that might, unsubscribe, stop texting me. That's perfectly fine. If they do, that's fine. Okay? Keep going on. Keep keeping your pipeline full. Keep keeping your pipeline full. Next thing is stop relying on just referrals. It's amazing to me how many business owners do not know how to market. So many business owners are like, well, I go, okay, so my acupuncturist, right? And he was like, yeah, man, I had to reduce my hours because I wasn't getting enough appointments. I was like, okay, perfect. How many appointments are you running per week? He's like, yeah, maybe I might get at the most maybe 16 in a week. But I was like, okay, so how many would you like to run? He's like, I'd like 16 in a day because I can take my facility can take 16 people. And I'm like, okay, so if you're doing 16 a week, you're barely making enough money to even get by. You're barely making enough money to, actually facilitate yourself. Versus if you went to 16 a day, you would actually be making more money. And I'm like, so I was like, okay, so as far as the referral game goes, which obviously this is basically going to work on retention because the best way to increase retention is to keep your pipeline full. I know it's kind of counterintuitive. Like, how does keeping my pipeline full help me maintain retention? I'll talk about that in a little bit. But he goes, well, he's like, well, and I'm like, and I asked him a question. I'm like, so how are you getting customers right now? He's like, well, most of my customers are coming from referrals and usually repeat customers. And I'm like, okay, referrals and repeat customers. And I'm like, you've been around for what, 16 years? 16, almost 16 years. And I'm like, okay, listen. And I had a conversation with him. It's like, listen, you're barely able to feed your family. Yes, referrals, which means you get enough referrals to actually stay in business, which means you are actually delivering a phenomenal product. Just imagine if you kept more customers coming in your pipeline. Now your retention rate can skyrocket because your pipeline stays full. If you want to increase your retention and increase the people coming into your pipeline, because if this acupuncturist gets more people in his pipeline, guess what? If he goes from retaining 20, 30 customers a month, because he's getting another 30 a month or 40 additional customers a month, he can increase his retention out to 70 a month. The only way if you want to retain more, then you need to get more people into the pipeline. Okay? That's it. If you want to make, and you have to understand the amount of money you make is in direct proportion to how many people you have in your pipeline. If I have 70 customers and I charge $1,000 a month, that's 70 grand a month. If I have 200 customers and I charge $1,000 a month, that's 200 grand a month. It is very easy to increase your income when you are paying attention to how many people that are in your contact list that you're already doing business with. And business is basically just a collection of people saying, hey, I'll do this for you if you pay me this much. That's just the relationship. That's how the relationship is built. Okay. It's not always about money, but you have to understand that money is very important because you need to stay afloat. Okay. Number 5 is stop with the fear and loser mindset. Majority of people are getting into business. Remember, people choose to do business with you because in some way, shape, or form, they are benefiting from your service. Remember that. Okay. Why am I discussing this? Just imagine, just think, I want you to kind of, take this in and go, okay, think about this. You go to the hospital, right? Okay. You come to Dr. Emmanuel. All right. Hold on. Where's my, I don't have any doctor. Hold on. It's fine. Okay. You come to the hospital. You're Dr. Emmanuel. All right. And I'm like, John comes in. I was like, hey, John, what's going on today, man? John's like, yeah, man, we're having a headache. I'm trying to, I don't know why it started. I'm like, okay, John, when did it happen? 2 days ago. I'm like, okay, John. Well, John, I think, man, I think you need to stop, wrestling so much. I think you need to stop banging your head against the wall. John, I think you need to get some rest. What do you think, John? Please, John, can you stop that, John? How does that sound to you? You're like, bro, what kind of doctor is this? Versus I'm like, yo, John, listen. If you keep banging your head against the wall and not sleeping, you're going to be in here. We're going to admit you because guess what? Your health is deteriorating. Okay. So moving forward, all right, here's what you're going to do. You're going to need to sleep 8 hours a day. Okay. We're going to give you some prescription and this is going to help you sleep a little longer. Afterwards, here's what I need you to do. I need to also go ahead and work out. 2 different mindsets. Okay. One position is all about where you see yourself. If you're helping your customer and you're seeing yourself from a position of, hey, I'm doing them a favor and I'm helping them by providing them the service, as opposed to seeing a customer saying, hey, you're doing me a favor just by me giving them money, by them giving me money. Because the truth is this, money has no value. The service and the skill set you provide is more valuable than the money that you receive. The money you receive is just basically saying that I have put this value on my skill set. Okay? And the reason why I'm bringing this up, the reason why I'm talking about this is I want you to understand that if you want to, at any point in your life, grow your business and stop losing people, then you need to come from a perspective that you are doing them a favor. Insurance agents who try to sell to customers and they're coming from a perspective saying, oh, because I'm going to make $1,000 off of this sale or whatever it is, they are doing me a favor. Listen, the money doesn't matter because think about this. If you sell an insurance policy and you get paid $1,000, how long is it going to take you to spend $1,000? 48 hours, 72 hours, a month, 2 months, 3 months. In a matter of time, the money's going to be spent. But if they signed up for a $100,000 insurance policy and they pass away and their beneficiary gets paid, how long is it going to take them to spend $100,000? It's not a winner versus loser kind of mentality because they are winning. You are doing them a favor. The money you make is not even comparable to the value. If you're a doctor and they paid you $300 to come visit you, but as a result of visiting you, they get to live the next 3 years pain-free, who did them a favor? That's the whole mentality that I need you to have. All right? So stop with the fear and loser mindset. You are doing them a favor, and that's how I need you to look at your sales presentation. That's how I need you to look at when you email your customers. That's the mindset that I need you to have, okay? Number 6 is stop abdicating responsibility for innovation and growth. So many people get in business and then they get bored. They get bored, okay? They stop learning. They think, okay, you know what? I am a plumber and I know how to do plumbing stuff, and then they never keep learning. They stop learning. You have to understand something. I believe it was Buffett that said this. He says, if you're not earning, you need to be learning. And while you're learning, you should be earning. Both of them are in direct correlation. They are both in direct correlation. It doesn't mean you have to pick a book up to read. You can go ahead and go get into a mentorship program. Let me tell you something. I spend 30% of my income in courses, in networking. I paid, I spent almost $3,000 to go to 10X GrowCon just to meet people and learn something. And I took one thing away. One thing. And why am I bringing this up to you? I'm bringing this up to you because I want you to come from a perspective and a mindset that you have to take responsibility for your business, because the genuine, honest truth is it doesn't matter how much money you pay somebody. Nobody will care as much for your business as you should care for your business. Nobody is going to give a damn about your business as you are to give a damn about your own business. Remember, it is your vision. It is your idea. It is what you want to bring to life. It doesn't matter if you're selling insurance. Let me tell you something. No one is going to value more about what you bring to the table than you should, than you will. Understand? Good. So remember, innovate. Keep learning. It's very important. Keep learning. If you're in insurance, learn more products. Learn more products. You'll be amazed at how much you are better at presenting when you are learning. If you are in any business, you should be learning sales, investing in sales training, how to overcome objections, how to tie down the sales, how to tie down appointments. Listen, in my team, we have one rule. Everybody, we have one skill course. Everywhere. I'm enrolled in the Grand Cardone University in Cardone U. Every month, every member of my team is required to take one sales class per month. You have to finish the whole course per month. You have to finish the whole course. If you don't finish the whole course, then you're not working. Legit. Okay? Per month. All right? Because guess it doesn't matter what department you're in. The tech guys, the marketers, it does not matter what department you're in. You must learn how to sell. Because guess what? It doesn't matter what it is people in some way, shape, or form are going to ask you for opinions. Hey, what's your opinion on this? Do you think I should upgrade to this plan or keep this plan? And if they don't know how to sell, then they are costing you business money. And if you don't know how to sell, you are the one single person as the business owner costing your own self money. Okay? So the 7th one I want to focus on is stop being greedy. Oh my God. Listen, it's amazing how many people make a few bucks. They make $5,000 here today. They make $10,000 tomorrow. They make whatever it is. And then they're like, oh man, they're so scarce and they don't want to spend it. It's like, oh my God, why would I spend this money? Why should I spend this money? Listen, think about money as seeds, okay? You need to plant the seed, and then the seed generates fruit. And then from the fruit, you can harvest, okay? When you get money, think about it as you just got a seed. You need to plant it. You need to invest in your business. You need to invest in staff. You need to invest in your team. You need to invest. A lot of people get the money, right? Let's say you sold insurance, you made $20,000. They get the money, and they're like, "Oh man, I don't want to spend this $20,000 because if I spend the $20,000, man, I'm going to lose $20,000." Listen, just because you're so afraid of losing the $20,000, you have already lost $20,000. Straight up facts, factual. And I want you to understand. If you are so scared in investing in your business, you are about to make your business go out of business. Imagine that you said, oh, let's say you just made the best soup, right? Or whatever it is, food that you eat. You just made food, right? And you're like, this food looks so good that I'm not going to eat it. Or let's just say you have a gallon of water and you're like, oh man, this water looks so good that I'm not going to drink it. That's the same thing you're doing in your business when you refuse to invest. Is you are starving your business of what it needs, which is feed. You're stopping to feed your business. You're stopping to invest in the marketing to feed your business leads. You're stopping to invest in staff, which is basically the equivalent of giving your business water. Your business, think about it as a living entity. When you stop investing in your business, you are starving your business, and it's only a matter of time before you end up killing your business. I want you to understand that. And the reason I want you to understand that is because if you don't understand that right now, you're going to be in your business, running the business, and you're going to be worried why no one's buying from you because you're trying to be greedy. You're trying to starve your business, not understanding that you have to invest in it. Now listen, that's all I got for you. Okay? Hopefully this training was of benefit to you. If it was, do me a favor, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. Let's go ahead and grow this channel because guess what? I am taking an investment into your success. And I want you to take an investment into the business, into the channel success. Share this video with somebody and just make sure to subscribe as well. And that's all pretty much I got for you for today. And I say,